enjoyed it last night, and we enjoyed seeing those highlights once again. It really was an extraordinary game, and as individual performances come, I mean, where would you place that Ronaldo display? I mean, the key moments of the game all seem to belong to him.
Yeah, he's a special player. You know, I think we're lucky and privileged to be able to watch him. Sort of, you know, we talk about the past, about the Pelés and the Maradonas and stuff, but for me, Ronaldo and Messi we'll talk about a bit later. But Ronaldo is on a different planet to most players out there, and he just seems to carry the nation. You know, he carried Real Madrid, you could argue, to the Champions League final this year, and he's carrying Portugal as well. And last night's performance was phenomenal. You just think with a couple of minutes to go, can he actually do this free kick as well? Can he top it off, the hat-trick? And of course he can. He's such a good player.
He doesn't appear to have a negative bone in his body. Certainly self-belief is not a problem for Ronaldo, but it does contribute to how he plays the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, very much so. I think he's taken on a real leadership role within the squad over the last few years. He was way ahead of his time in terms of how much he devoted himself to his game. He was probably one of the first that was 24/7, hiring his own personal chefs, nutritionists, physiotherapists, and he's absolutely reaped the benefits of this. He has been so dedicated, so single-minded, infuriating at times, selfish, I would imagine, to play with. But to be able to produce this type of magic, and he lives for moments like that, the face on him approaching that free kick, splendid. I think Didi's got a few qualms about the wall.
Yeah, the guy is sublime what he delivers on the big stage, and there were times at Real Madrid this year where you looked at him and you think, you know, maybe there's half a yard missing, and it looked laboured at times. He couldn't get past players. Yesterday there was just before they conceded, I think the equaliser, or they got a second goal. There was a counter attack where he goes past everybody, and he seemed to be running as quick as I've ever seen him running. He's 32, 33 now, where he set a great chance up for somebody else. So I think he's, you know, yes, he's selfish at times, but at the same time, I think he knows how important he is. Probably more important to Portugal than he is to Real Madrid, because he hasn't got the players around him. But what he delivered yesterday was exceptional. If we can see that third goal, if we want to pick a hole in one of his goals, obviously the guy has got to do better for the second goal. I think the wall's got to be one more over to the left, because it actually goes past Busquets. It doesn't go over his head, it goes past. And I think if he had one extra man...
So is that De Gea's fault for setting the wall up?
If he has one extra man in the wall, or if the man is one man further to the left, I think Busquets gets hit in the face or in the head. So I think the wall should have placed better what it actually did to put the ball where he did. You know, we don't need to...
I think he's picking bones
from the goalkeeper's perspective.
I think you could argue they could have an extra man outside the wall and perhaps could have done something. But if you get the angle behind the ball as Ronaldo, or behind the goal, it starts wider than the wall. He bends it out round the wall, and Didi will sit there and say that the goalkeeper should know that. You've got to have two men at least outside the wall, because the players, and especially players like Ronaldo, can do that, can whip the ball. But I think you're being ultra picky. I just think it's a special... I mean, the second goal, yes, David De Gea, we all know, world-class goalkeeper. We've probably never seen that as a collector's item. I suppose for kids at home, like, something happens to the best keepers in the world, you make mistakes, you got to bounce back, and he's got to bounce back next week, David De Gea.
Yeah, well, certainly best match of the tournament so far. 3-3 it finished between Portugal and Spain, and Ronaldo, once again, not surprisingly,